These, my friends, are the Transformers Blokees series. What are Blokees? Well, our journey starts all the way back in the 80s or 90s. I forget when Action Masters came out. When Hasbro released a line of non-transformable action figures that no one really liked, but the idea still stuck, and eventually we get this company, Blokees. They are a Chinese-based model kit company. So they make buildable action figures for various brands you know. Marvel, Star Wars, Transformers, the Jurassic World / Park series, all kinds of stuff. And I collect, as you can see, the Transformers. There are many different product lines, I'm calling them. Why not size classes like normal Transformers? Well, because things start to get tricky around the middle size class. Yes, and also they have a whole line of car model kits that I don't own. No, these are not the car model kits. Hence, I will explain later. I think we should start with the smallest size class and work our way up. These guys are the Defenders, the smallest series of them. All of them share the same basic joint structure. We'll use Dreamwave Ultra Magnus as our example. You see, he has ball-jointed head, ball-jointed elbows and shoulders, ball-jointed hands, ball-jointed waist, ball-jointed legs and knees, and then ball-jointed feet. Pretty much everyone shares that same design, and with a few exceptions to the way that they look, depending on the character. Like, for example, Megatron here. His forearm has a peg to put the fusion cannon. And then his back has the barrel to the gun that he turned into in G1. It is a toy gun, YouTube. Toy gun, not a real gun. Or Soundwave. Ignore the missing hand. I don't know where that went. And who has a spot for his shoulder cannon to go. And there are a whole bunch of different lines. I have found a whole bunch of different series to them, though issues I've found with my oldest ones, and these three were the first Defenders I've got, they've become a bit loose in some parts, especially B. We can bobblehead with this guy. But they also do vehicles, like Optimus Prime's truck mode, who comes with that little drone that had another character, like Jazz here can get on his truck bed. One moment, please. Get in there, dang you. Another can get onto the truck bed. If you will get... There we go. Got it in. Yeesh. That's gonna be a pain to get out after this video is done. And get onto the truck bed and man the turret as Optimus drives. Though I have found while some wheels roll nicely, like every time they use one of these wheel designs, one of them is always tight. But they also have the Constructicons. I don't have them all. I only have half of them, unfortunately. Oh, wait, you can't see that. Nice framing me. I honestly am kind of forgetting their names. But I do have the Devastator Combiner Kit, or Combining Kit, if you want to be strict about, where's the piece? Whatever. Where you can do some slight transformations to the character, to these vehicles, to allow for her Devastator to be constructed. And it's not just Devastator. They've also done a Blokees combiner and probably one of the other many combiners that Transformers has. One issue I have with a lot of Blokees is the issue of them all being in blind boxes. So it's completely up in the air on what you're gonna get if you're buying it from a normal store like I do. Shout out Chuck's Comics. If you're ever in the area and want to go to a cool comic book store, go there. This isn't sponsored. I just really like their store. So, sometimes you'll get duplicates of figures. It's like the fact that I have 2 Megatrons. I actually have 3, but the other one I don't know where it is. And I have 2 translucent Ironhides. But that's pretty much it for the Defenders. They're really cheap, pretty much standard articulation, and they also have vehicle modes as well. And they're pretty much all G1 vehicle modes, unlike the actual vehicle line, which is based off of the IDW comics. The next size up is the Galaxy or Shining versions. Over here are the Galaxies, and over here are the Shining versions. What's the difference? Well, it's all in the stomach. If we just sever Optimus Prime and sever Starscream, it can be seen that Starscream here is hollow, while Optimus here is not. This is because Optimus here has the ability to light up. While Starscream doesn't. He's lame. They're around the same price and around the same size. These guys are a bit cheaper than these guys, but that's because the Shining versions have to have the light up electronics in them, driving up the price. We'll use Starscream here for articulation. It's pretty much it's standard articulation, and shoulders had a bit of butterfly joints because of the way the shoulders are structured. Head is on a ball joint so it can move all around. And waist rotation, and elbow bit more than 90 degrees of elbow bend, and hands are on a ball joint so they can do whatever you want. And once you get to this size class, that's when you'll get swap out hands. So we'll get a closed hand and then an open hand. Hand. When the legs are on a ball joint, so they can go all the way out like that. Sometimes the waist piece gets in the way of that, so can't go all the way out. Bit more than 90 degrees of knee bend, and then feet are once again on a ball joint. Backpack. They all have unique backpacks to do whatever you want with, and Starscream comes with the alt mode for G1 Megatron. Toy gun, YouTube. Toy gun. Here it is next to a real hand. Can't do anything. It is all plastic. And then everyone has something to make them unique. Shockwave has his whatever you call this type hand, the hose running down his back, and he comes with a little version of his G1 alt mode, which was like a ray gun. Tarn here is a very unique case. If we pop open his body, you'll see that you can see that it is different to Starscream's, I believe, is easy to undo. Never mind. Starscream's. There we go. They have very different structures to it. While Starscream's here is the same as everyone else, with these pieces to act as shoulder joints, allowing for a butterfly and them to move up and down. Tarn here, his shoulder ball joints are encased to give him that extra beefy look he has in the IDW comics where he's from. It also goes to his arms as well, being where they get smushed into these cases to make them extra beefy. Let me take off the the arm cannons, which the instructions will also say you can tell you to plug them into the back, but you can also plug them into the arms. Optimus and Sideswipe here. While Sideswipe can't do it anymore, you can see that he can light up. The battery needs to be changed. See, give them a little boop and he'll light up. These guys are from all of them are from the same wave of their line. These are from Series 2 of Shining Version. I forget where they come from. The whole point of Series 2 of the Shining versions is that they're very G1 toy-like. So instead of the nice and smooth cartoon designs, they emulate the way the toys look. So Optimus here has visible wheels, a very like a cutout here where his arms would go, and because of that, you can kind of transform him. These are model kits, so transformation is not the intent of these toys, but it is possible. It just requires a little parts forming for the best look. Now, for the simplest look with no parts forming, what you do is you pull the legs back, move the feet as far back as you can, shift the arms up, arms at 90 degrees, and you spin them around, and head just turn it around. For the best possible look, with parts forming, what you do is you remove the arms and the head, and shift the arms up all the way, okay, and then pop out the legs from above the knee and swap them to the other leg, and then you can take out the feet. It still doesn't look the best, but considering the fact that it was not intended to transform at all, I'd say that is a pretty good looking truck for what was not meant to be transformed. It really helps that we have these front wheels here, because I'll show you later it does not look well without those front wheels. But that's it for the... Oh, wait. Shining version also comes with an Energon cube. And that's going to do it for the Shining / Galaxy versions. They're the standard guys that you're most likely to find in a place like Target or something. That in like a Target checkout or something, that kids will be like, Mommy, I would like the Transformer buildable toy, please. Now on to the champion class or something. I forgot. But yeah. I am starting to forget what these guys are called. I think it's like champion class or commander, not commander. Something that starts with a C class. Now, you may notice that behind the Bayverse Optimus, which is the one that I'm sure most older viewers will recognize, is things. That would be his sheer amount of accessories. But we'll worry about him later. Let's start with our line of Transformers 1. Let's start with the ones from the newest Transformers movie, Transformers 1, that being Megatron and Starscream. These are very good toys, much more accurate than the Studio Series toys. They have great articulation. Here we got head on a ball joint. The wings can articulate on Starscream, 90 degrees of bend. And when Starscream uses his closed fist, these blue plates tend to get in the way when rotating them. I forgot to mention in elbow rotation above the elbow. Arms are on a ball joint, so you can do all that. Waist rotation, though Starscream's cockpit does get in the way of that. And legs can't really move out, so you gotta move the leg flaps out of the way to get that. And bit over 90 degrees of knee bend and rotation. Pretty much same with Megatron, though his you don't have to manually move the waist flaps out of the way. 90 degree of bend, that. Head on a ball joint, bit over 90 degrees of bend for the knees, above the knee rotation, hand and feet are on a ball joint. The Megatron has a thing where if you remove this panel on his chest, you get to see the car of Megatronus Prime. Focus, damn you. Dang you. So, a lot of detail, actually has the Decepticon symbol, unlike Studio Series. Next up, we have the only toy from the Rise of the Beast, technically, line that I have. This being Nemesis Prime, a recolor of the Optimus Prime they've done they did for Transformers Rise of the Beasts. He is much closer to the Galaxy and Shining versions than all the other guys. His chest windows can open up. Heads on a ball joint can really look up. Same build for the same build as them. Now his truck mode. Oh boy. What I do is you rotate that around, spin the head around. Then you have to take off his front waist piece and then pull the legs back. And oh god, I don't even have to finish it. Just the missing front wheels suck. But yeah, he comes with various things. He has arm blades, a handgun, and he comes with the transwarp key. And an axe, which I lost. Last and certainly not least, Bay vs. Optimus. Yes. This is specifically the Dark of the Moon variant, so he comes with a bunch of different accessories that allow you to change him to either the Transformers 2007 or Revenge of the Fallen look, or give him that the shredded parts of the Dark of the Moon look. There is this guy, because he has all of these accessories. He's gonna cost you about $30. Maybe you can find it cheaper somewhere else. House like on Amazon or something. But from what I've seen, this specific version will cost you $30. The base version that just contains the stuff to make him look like the 2007 movie design, and not as much of these effects, is going to be $20. All of these guys are about $20. Once again, cheaper in some places. Articulation. Wings. The wings can do a whole bunch of stuff. No butterfly joints for the shoulders. It's only on a single ball joint because of the way they're designed. We got 90 degrees of bend. Interesting thing, for both of these Optimus Primes, technically Nemesis Prime, the hands are inverted. Typically, the ball joint is on the hands. On these two toys, the ball joint is on the forearm. Waist rotation. Got waist rotation. Legs can go out. A bit round 90 degrees of bend, a bit less. Ball jointed feet. Standard articulation on this guy as well. And finally, we have the largest size that Blokees has done so far. This is the Action Edition line. I do not have many of these. These ones are expensive. They're around the price of a modern Voyager, that being $40. So I tend to get all of the smaller ones that I've shown throughout the video. But there is a lot to it here. But Soundwave here comes with 4 of his cassette minions, that being Laserbeak, who has swap out legs with a peg on them to allow him to connect to his tiny little Soundwave in his alt mode, or to the ports hidden behind this his panel so he can perch on Soundwave's arm. He does come with a swap out plate to allow that port to show, so Laserbeak can easily sit there. He does have like a weird visor thing instead of his eyes. His wings are all one piece and can only move up and down, but they are able to slide forward and back for when he's perched or when he's in flight. You can see some like cassette detailing there, and then his thruster back here. Next up we have the Puma Ravage, or Panther. I forget what animal Ravage is. His mouth is able to open and close. His head is on a ball joint. All the legs are on a ball joint. These are able to move on all of them. Tail can move up and down, and his body is split in half to have a ball joint. And once again, you can see cassette markings on him. Next up, we got Rumble, or Frenzy. It's a long story. The original toy's names got swapped in the cartoon, and it's been a debate ever since. Hence, we're just going to call this guy Rumble. You can get mad in the comments all you want, but I really do not care. What? His pile drivers can come off, and he has swap out hands that are drills. He has the same body structure of a defender, but a bit bigger. Ball joints for everything. And head is on a small little ball joint. And finally, the last of the cassette minions, Ratbat. His feet are conjoined, so they do little that. Wings can go flap, flap. Can fold in. Head is on a ball joint, so it can move around. Little mouth can open up. And I don't know if it's just me, but his head looks like Lord Beerus from Dragon Ball Super. But those are just the minions. Now we got the big guy, Soundwave. Because he is so big, he has a lot of articulation. In the hands, each individual finger is, except for the thumb, is segmented into 3 different joints. Is segmented and has 3 joints, one at the hand, one at the tip, one just below the tip, and one in the middle. So his hand can properly articulate. It's on a ball joint, so it can move around. Both his arms and legs are double jointed, so though with the arms it doesn't really work the best. It works the best on the legs. Hangs. When you actually move the top joint of the legs, these panels shift around to better do that. He has a toe joint, ankle pivots and can move down. These panels on the side can open up to reveal speakers. Waist rotation, ab movement, legs can move. Both arms and legs can move out. Legs can go forward. Arms have a butterfly joint. Head is double jointed. One joint connected to the head, one joint connected to the body. His chest door can open up. He only comes with a single cassette, and that's of Laserbeak. It would have been cool if it was Buzzsaw to give him some respect. And then his shoulder cannon can go like this, spin around, fold up, and fold in. And his other cannon, I don't know what it's called, can fold up and peg into here as well, and he gets like a cool jetpack. Also, actual switches and knobs on the back of his legs like in the original toy. Now you may be wondering, how does these compare to some other model kits, like say Gundam? Focus. Well, the price, I would definitely say, is much heavier for Blokees. To be fair, they do not own the Transformers license. They are not owned by Hasbro. They are a separate party and only have the license, while Gundam tends to be much cheaper. Gundam has much more joint structure and is much smaller. I would say about I would say about classic class. Yeah, classic class. Yes, that's what it is. Is definitely about classic class in height. Right? Though I found that their parts are much looser, and they fall apart more. Plus, they have a whole bunch of other things whole bunch of different classes on how they work, and it's like a whole thing. But yeah, if you're a fan of Transformers, Marvel, Transformers, Marvel, or anything, I would recommend giving Blokees a shot. They are very good. Their prices, while they can be a bit expensive. Oh wait, I forgot to show. This has a magnet in it, so he's meant to be able to talk, but that hasn't really worked ever since I got it. Hold up, is it like gotta put the cassette in? No. Like, I don't know why he won't talk anymore. But the speaker isn't that good anyways. But yeah, that was my look at pretty much everything that has to do with Blokees that I own.